All right, continuing on with lesson 3, two mantras and affirmations. So mantras actually translate to mind tool in ancient Sanskrit, which is an ancient Indian language, which is even still spoken today in a few places. So that's pretty crazy that they knew that, and they're still around today. You know, a lot of civilizations have come and went and come and went, and they've been able to stick around today. And they're one of the only few that really knew about the tools we need for our mind. Interesting. So the bottom line with this is that just by saying something like "I am strong," "I am powerful," "I am terrible," you invoke the nervous system and the subconscious mind, and they're like, "Oh, we're going through an experience. We're going through an experience. We're going through an experience." And each time you say it, you literally like channel it into you, and it's a way of being able to just channel in action, or I'm not sure, embed even, if we're talking software, embedding codes in, and upgrading the nervous system, which each upgrade your time you're saying it, and then it also, the other thing too is that when we get into a lot of these that are more uncomfortable to say, it really shows us that we have an emotional block there, right? If we say "I am so loved" and we just feel like we want to start crying, that means that there's something there. You should be able to feel good saying all this stuff, saying all the possible affirmations you could, even the bad ones, even the good ones. But we don't want to practice bad ones because that invokes a negative nervous system, and then sympathetic nervous system is activated because we feel bad. So we want to activate good ones to make us feel good in the parasympathetic nervous system. And so chakras too. We have we have energy centers. The ancient, cultures all say this. The modern cultures, even today in the East, confirm this and acknowledge this. But in the West, there's no data proving it, so it's still considered not real. But this bottom line is that these energy centers or chakras potentially hold different emotions in them, and to be able to get our energy um, up this chakra wall, or going up, we have to be able to unlock these emotions and feel these emotions and feel worthy of these emotions. So I don't want to get too into that, but I talk about a lot about that in the book, and just some mantras we can do for that, because it's different than we might not even know that we're feeling these things until we actually say them, and then it'll be like, wow, I never felt powerful, right? I never felt satisfied or strong or compassionate for myself, but when we say these things, the chakras, we can really dig up some more limiting belief stuff and just embed new upgrades. So another big one is having new emotional feedback upgrades. So as we learn, emotions are actually just um, subconscious programming, really. It's just from an experience in your past when your nervous system felt triggered in a certain way. They're scared or excited or safe or whatever, and it um, puts it to that person, that experience you had with the whole environment. So when we say like, "Oh, I'm so excited to go back home and be so lazy," I'm so excited to do this, I'm so excited to do that. We subconsciously already, we don't even say it, but we just feel it. We just are like, "Oh, I'm gonna feel so great when I do this, so great when I do this, or so bad when I see this person, or so bad when I have to do this." So a lot of these are negative, and they're a lot involved with safety. So we want to try to make new ones that invoke positive action, right? Here's a bunch of examples. Uh, Yeah, but they're pretty simple, Just when I see this person, I'm happy. When I'm doing this, I feel good. And it doesn't really make sense, but over time, you'll start to really be able to feel it and kind of just change your plasticity with that. Because it's not, it's tough to say, "I love going to the gym, I love working out, I love eating, watching what I eat." But, when you start doing it, it'll just feel easier. And that's the whole goal, is not to use any kind of magic, just understand our brain muscle. And that's one of the really great ways we can do that. And a lot of the neuroscientists themselves actually focus on the and the emotional loops, because it is so confusing for science. We're like, feelings. Everyone thinks feelings and emotions are like the same thing. No one really knows the difference. But emotions are really just subconscious feedback loops, which is like really mind blowing. Um, so I'm gonna getting into the creator formula. So this is a little formula that is I kind of formulated based on what I've learned from the manifestation experts that I've learned from, bought courses from, read books of, and it kind of goes into some simple key things. It's different than limiting beliefs, than removing limiting beliefs, because there's just extra steps and there's extra understanding you need. So step one, I'm just gonna get right into it. Yeah, so the goal, we really, for this, we want to have a goal. We want to have something in mind, but we want to also step one, going into it, we just want to feel gratitude for the present moment. We just want to feel good with what we have, with what we have ourselves and in the physical world. If we can really feel that gratitude, not just a constant feeling of unworthiness, or I'm not good enough, I'll never really have it, but then you really won't be able to manifest it. That's why it's so important to get through limiting beliefs, because if you can't say I want to be able to get a new car, and you really can't feel it, you really just can't feel like, how am I going to ever do that? That's a limiting belief, and it needs to be addressed before you can even get to step two. So if we can get step one, we can feel gratitude for what we have. Then we're ready for step two, and then that's we can really get creating. So step two is creating the void. So we want to feel the excitement and all the feelings, all the motivation, all the amazing things that'll happen. All the great things will happen when we have this achieved, and it would just be feel good about it. Just not a big deal. It's just something I have, but also feel all the ways you'll feel good about it, and all the ways it'll benefit you and everyone else around you. Really just want to keep really just expanding this feeling to be able to really step into it and build this void almost. And then step three, we want to quantum jump. So we want to really be able to stay in this feeling and feel good, feel comfortable, get our parasympathetic nervous system comfortable with these feelings. Now we're feeling all this, like, whoa, this void, we're gonna have this void over us, there's a lot of pressure now. So we want to now invoke the parasympathetic nervous system and understanding of the subconscious, and be able to just feel good thinking about this, not feel like, oh my gosh, this is going to be terrible, and just be able to kind of calm our sympathetic nervous system down and connect that positive new neuron loop. This is going to be, this is something that I'm getting feeling for, and it's getting more comfortable as I feel. It's not going to feel like instantly right away, but after 5 minutes, after 10 minutes, it'll start to feel more comfortable. And then we want to make the goal safe. So we want to really have an understanding that we we have some kind of safety mechanism behind us that is helping us to be able to just feel super confident in this. So we can say, God, universe, ourselves, our parents, our someone else in our lives. But we want to really just make it safe for everyone. The ideal way, I would say, is being able to really understand that we want to feel the way a lot of them say is, with getting into like God and universe kind of stuff, is just saying that the universe has a plan for you, and it's, you want to be able to have confidence in that and faith in that. And really, but it's just, you want to be able to feel safe, secure, knowing that it's possible and you're worthy of it. And it really does help. It helps a lot of people being able to think, and might be true. It's just kind of going for the skeptics that might not believe in all the universe stuff. I believe in it, and believe in like the one, and how it is. We're all reflections. But this is like trying to keep in ground level earth, and just explain it. We want to be able to feel safe with it. Because if we can't feel safe having it, we're just going to constantly let our limiting beliefs just overpower us, and we're just going to be in the sympathetic nervous system. So we want to be able to jump to the parasympathetic nervous system, which is really not a natural thing for an animal to do, which is what humans are. We're basically just animals. So you want to make it feel safe. You want to be able to feel comfortable, whatever reason you want. Some positive thing that someone told you when you were young. Like that's a lot of reasons that people feel really safe in who they are. So be creative with this. We can feel as safe as we want. Especially in this kind of thing when we're just doing this totally personally for ourselves, whatever we believe, just anything that can make you feel safe, or just a feeling of safety, feeling like you can have it, it's okay. And then you want to kind of be grateful for what you have, express gratitude for the for what you have, for what your goals are, for where you are. And this is like a step to just be able to kind of feel that connection with the universe, with the quantum field. Be able to kind of be one with it, feel it as not just like you're just yourself, but you're already feeling the gratitude for what you have by just experiencing the feelings of having this. Because to your subconscious, you just created the new thing. That is just a new thing in your subconscious now. So when you do take action for it, your subconscious is like, oh yeah, I already have an emotion set for that. I already have a limiting belief set for that. That new task, whatever it is, or goal, huge goal, doesn't matter. But so that's the kind of mindset with that, is you want to kind of feel that connection and that power to just manifest whenever you want. You don't have to pay anyone anything. You can just feel it, see it, create the void, and then compress it into yourself. Um, so but having that gratitude too just keeps you lighthearted and not so. You don't want to have this as a high density mindset about needing this by a certain time. This is something that is going to take practice, and it's not really about giving it to you too. It's more so about being able to be comfortable with just taking it, with just getting it, with just going for it, because ultimately there's nothing stopping anyone from just going for anything, except our own subconscious. So step 6, we want to again, enforce the muscles, do the daily action, continue doing it daily. Whatever this goal is that we have for this process, we want to be able to put this into different kind of meditations, different kind of visualizations, different kind of mantras. So to reinforce this feeling and these goals and all the feelings that'll come and all of it and all the different ways that'll happen. So just being able to do that is just like spending 2 hours at the gym, except we can just do it 5 minutes in our bed, just going through the feelings, and it is even scarier than going to the gym, right? Because it's a little unusual. But if we understand this from a neuroplasticity standpoint, it makes total sense, because it goes through everything what our subconscious needs for us to create it, and it just, whatever we want, from our heart or our soul or whatever, can just flow through now. We can just be honest with what we want. And that's really this simple kind of formula that I've kind of figured out from a lot of watching a lot of this manifestation experts. And let me see what time I'm at. Oh no. Okay, so I'm gonna make another video right there.